Hello everybody and welcome back then to the VALVIK Minor League with the penultimate event of the season, the Elimination Race. Hello everybody and welcome then. My name as always is Frankie and we're here at the second to last event of the Minor League. But last time out in the Minor League, it was the Grim Roses that took the lead after a fantastic win last time out, but they're still tied on points with second place Kitsune Rush, Coastline Crescents in third, and Clockworks down in fourth. But no team has been eliminated yet, and we can see that in this event. But let's get started then right away with the Elimination Race. Same rules as in the main league. The first one to be eliminated is out. The objective is to not finish in last as you go through this very difficult and long course. As meanwhile then, the battle for last, that's what we'll be focusing on. At the moment it's Team Whiteout with the Kitsune Rush and the Grim Roses alongside the Hammerheads. That's already the top two in the Minor League. And look at Rosie of the Grim Roses getting stuck in the hurdle section a little bit. They're going into this zigzag, into the splitter section now they go. It's still Rosie near the back. Bonnet from the Hammerheads is there as well. This would be a disaster for the Grim Roses if they not get a move on here. Going into the funnels, they're all alone on the right side as Kitsune Rush now enter the last section, approaching the finish line now. Kitsune Rush will finish now, and the Grim Roses are already out. That's the leaders in the Minor League, who are not going to score any points here. It's a disaster for the Rollives, who came in as favorites to win the whole thing, are now going to lose the lead regardless of what happens in the rest of the event, as they're guaranteed to have no points here. Already, this blows the championship wide open, as now the Kitsune Rush have a prime opportunity to retake the lead in the Minor League. As look at already that member of the Kitsune Rush going very quickly here to that first section. Meanwhile at the back it's Venom and Livy. Livy there getting lost a little bit from the Rollives as Cybercrew and the Hammerheads. Hypercrew now, Mega getting lost a little bit in these hurdles here. But look at that, Kitsune Rush there is there as well. As we enter the splitter section now, it's the Pyre Prowlers and the Cybercrew is there. But look at it, still a battle between the Rollives and the Kitsune Rush. As we enter the funnels now, it's Kitsune Rush with the Rollives on the right side. On the left side, it's the Coastline Crescents, who are now in a prime opportunity to be last. As Kitsune Rush cross the line, they are eliminated, are the Coastline Crescents. They didn't really do anything wrong, but they messed up on that last section, the funnels. We've seen just how important the entry into those funnels are. And as for Moon, the captain of the Crescents, it's already over. It's only going to be 11th. Alright, run 3 now. They're off already. As meanwhile now, it's still the Cybercrew with the Hammerheads and the Cue Balls. Hammerheads and the Cybercrew always have been the teams that have started worse, but they've somehow managed to recover and make it to the line. Remember, it's not important if you finish first in these runs here. What matters is to not finish last. As meanwhile, last right now is the Cue Balls, 11 Ball, captain of the Cue Balls, winner of the Elimination Race back in Season 1 of the VALVIK Marble League. They get a good entry here, as meanwhile it's the Kitsune Rush that are currently in last. As they cross the line, the Cybercrew is there as well, but they cannot do it. The Kitsune Rush are eliminated. That's another team that's sitting at the top of the standings. They were tied on points with the Grim Roses. They're now going to overtake the Grim Roses. They will have to wait, however, to see what everybody else does that's still in the event. Kami is only going to be 10th for the Kitsune Rush. But this blows the championship wide open for teams like the Clockworks or the Cue Balls or the Pyre Prowlers to take the lead going into the last event. And of course, you still have to remember, some teams might get eliminated here. Right now, I don't think the Grim Roses or the Kitsune Rush will be eliminated from the championship. As look at Bonnet of the Hammerheads now in last position, getting lost a little bit now in this zigzag section. Entering the splitter is still Bonnet last, going into the splitter on the right side. They get a good entry here now, but they get stuck on one of those blocks there as they enter the funnel now. It's a battle with the Clockworks as the Hammerheads now enter the funnel last. And the Clockworks and Cue Balls cross the line, and it's already over for the Hammerheads. Bonnet can only manage 9th. That moment in the splitter section really messed up the momentum of the Hammerheads, and when they got to the funnel, they were not able to capitalize on anybody else to get that entry to the funnel that they needed in order to recover here, and Bonnet is out. Alright, 1-5 now. This is now your top 8. We're going to determine to see in which order these teams will be in. As meanwhile, it's still in last. It's currently the Rollives. They're there with the Pyre Prowlers and the Poison Darts. As they enter into the hurdle section, Team Whiteout is there as well. Whitney. Into the zigzag we go now. It's again 11 Ball that's currently in last, but they're able to make up that advantage near the end of the course. As again, almost getting stuck there where the Rollives and the Poison Darts. Into the funnels they go now. Oh, the Clockworks are launched upwards as they will get the last entry into the funnels now. And they get messed up in the last section here. The Cue Balls cross the line, Pyre Prowlers and the Rollives, and it's over for the Clockworks. It's only going to be 8th. Again, another team that's near the top of the standings. A lot of midfield teams here now left to fight for the top positions here. This could blow the championship wide open for some of these teams here, like the Rollives or the Pyre Prowlers, to catch up. The gap is not that big. As meanwhile, Cog will finish in 8th. But the gap is not that big for some of these teams here, like the Flaming Cherries, Team Whiteout, Poison Darts in there as well, to get those important few points going into the last event, which is the Marathon, which we've seen from the past can be a massive game changer, at least from what we've seen in the main league of the Marathon. As meanwhile, into this one here, it's the Rollives once again. Livy right now in the bottom position, in the last place position, messing up a little bit in this zigzag as we enter the splitter now. Livy very slow through this section in particular as we enter the funnels now. But the Poison Darts are there as well. They get a very good entry, does Team Whiteout, and it's the battle between the Poison Darts and the Rollives for the last position as the Cybergroup cross the line. Team Whiteout do as well, and the Rollives. Oh, that was a close call for the Rollives as Livy manages to cross the line just before Venom. That means that the Rollives do move on, and the Poison Darts can do no better than 7th. That was a very close call then from the Rollives, who had a massive mistake in the splitter section. Were almost knocked out, but they do manage to move on. As we get into the 7th run, this is your top half now, as they're off. Meanwhile, in last, it's currently Team Whiteout. Whitney, 11 Ball is there as well, alongside Giga of the Cyber Crew. As meanwhile, at the front, we saw just there, the Cyber Crew, very good getaway. Flaming Cherries are not anywhere to be seen either. As meanwhile, battling for the last position, it's 11 Ball. Again, messing up massively in this section here as we enter the funnels now. It's the Flaming Cherries that get a good entry here. As the Cue Balls brawl with Team Whiteout in the funnels. 11 Ball will enter last. Rollives cross the line. And Team Whiteout will cross the line just before the Cue Balls. But the Cue Balls then are eliminated. Whitney manages to move on last second very much, almost messing up in the last section. But they were able to recover just before the line there to just get in front of the Cue Balls. 11 Ball then will take 6th. As we get into the 8th run. They're off now. And another good start then from Cardinal of the Flaming Cherries. This team has been under the radar so far this season. Only 1 silver to speak of in this entire VALVIK minor league. As meanwhile near the back, it's Fiery and Livy of the Rollives. Pyre Prowlers and the Rollives. Rollives again just having a very poor start, but they're able to make it back in the last few sections, especially the funnels here. Livy has been a master at these funnels in this event so far. As meanwhile then, it's the Cyber Crew who enter the funnels last. It's a big tight battle between these two teams here, and the Cyber Crew just about make it, and the Pyre Prowlers are eliminated. That was a close call then from the Cyber Crew, who entered the funnels last, but were able in the last section. They bumped off the Pyre Prowlers a little bit, and that was just enough to get them the advancement. And Fiery, the reserve of the Pyre Prowlers, is out. Alright, this is now for the medal. One of these teams will not medal in this event. Let's see which one it is. As meanwhile, at the back, it's still, again, the Rollives, who always get a poor start, but almost getting stuck there with Cardinal of the Flaming Cherries. That was very close indeed for those two teams there. As meanwhile, at the front, it's Team Whiteout and the Cyber Crew. As Team Whiteout now enters the splitter now. It's the battle now for last between the Rollers and the Flaming Cherries. The Flaming Cherries messing up in this section here, Cardinal. And now it's the battle in the funnels between the Flaming Cherries and the Rollers. Rollers then will enter. Cybercrew on the right side will enter at the same time as the Flaming Cherries. This is going to be very close for the last advancement position. And it's the Cybercrew once again. Oh, another close call. This time against the Flaming Cherries. They're just about able to get in front. And that's Cardinal out, and they cannot medal. That is still going to be a decent chunk of points here for the Flaming Cherries, who are sitting well below in the standings compared to these teams here. But this is your podium. Now we have to determine in which order. This is the race for bronze. They're off now. As Team Whiteout then Whitney getting a good start here. But Livy now taking the lead now. Meanwhile in last, it's the Cybercrew getting lost a little bit in this section here. The hurdle section has been a bit of a problem here for the Cybercrew. But look at great entry into the zigzag for the Cybercrew. They now catch right back up to Whitney into the splitter section. As we're now about to enter the funnels. It's Livy with another good entry into the funnels here. Cybercrew will enter in second. Team Whiteout then in third. Livy crosses the line. And the Cybercrew will do it as well. Team Whiteout then will take third. But that was another close call here for the Cybercrew. Meanwhile, the Rollers, unmatched in this event so far. They can still lose the gold here. But it's Whitney then that will get eliminated. But they still take a decent third place. As we get now into the final, it's the Rollers and the Cybercrew. They're off. Both getting a decent entry into the Plinko section now. It's Giga currently in a brief lead now. As Livy getting lost a little bit into this Plinko section. Going to the hurdle section now. It's a good entry then from Giga. As Livy struggling behind a little bit. Going into the zigzag section now. It's a much better run so far from the Cybercrew than from the Rollers. Going into the spare section now. Both opting for different lines here. But Livy getting lost a little bit here. They cannot make up that advantage against the Cybercrew. But it can all change here in the funnels. As Livy will enter in first. It's the Cybercrew in second. Approaching the finish line now. And the Rollers will cross the line to win! Oh, what a great recovery then from the Rollers, who are nowhere near the middle of the course. They were able to bring it back in the last section to win. Cybercrew then, Giga will come home with second place. But the Rollers seemed unbeatable in this event. Well done to them. Cybercrew then will finish in second. Team Whiteout take third. And the Flaming Cherries then in fourth. But the day belongs then to the Rollers. Well done to them. Congratulations to our podium finishers. Team Whiteout, Cybercrew, and our gold medalists, the Rollers. Well done then to Livy of the Rollers for a fantastic performance here in the elimination race. Congratulations also to the Cybercrew and Team Whiteout. But let's have a look then at those overall standings. And look at that, the Kitsune Rush now retake the lead. But look at it, it's very, very close. 11 out of 12 teams can still win the VALVIK Minor League. 7 points divide 1st through 11th. That's all going to be well to play for the final event. But meanwhile, we go back to the VALVIK Marble League for event number 15, football. We hope to see you there. Goodbye.